One could be too attached to the goods of the world. That's how we kind of think about that. You brought up suffering with the eye of the needle. Can someone become too attached to one's sufferings?
Well, you know, in a way, you could probably be too attached if you were self-pitying. In that case, it would be very negative. In other words, it's me against the world, you know, or, you know, it's that self-pitying, you know, where you say, I can take it, I can master it. And what winds up happening is in all of this, there is kind of this rejection of others' care, and I can handle this myself, you know. And when you go into self-pity, remember, you're going into a cycle called the eros of death, right? The more you pity yourself, the more you kind of take delight in these feelings of death that, you know, people call the eros of the love of death, the romantic love of death. Because, of course, the more the self-pity deepens, the more the eros of death deepens. And, of course, that's where people can actually bring themselves to suicide. That's horrible. However, if you do it like Saint Therese of Lisieux, Saint Therese of Lisieux made a vocation of suffering. She said, this is the way God wants me to serve. He wants me to serve just like his son served on the cross. So I'm going to suffer, and during this suffering, I'm going to take that suffering and give it to the Father, give it to the Lord as self-sacrifice. Translate self-sacrifice as agape love, self-sacrificial, compassionate love. I'm going to give you, Lord, this suffering as the gift. It's the only gift I have, but it's a great gift because there's deep pain involved. I'm going to give you this suffering of my tuberculosis, said Saint Therese of Lisieux. Now take this pain. I'm trusting you totally. I'm trusting you completely. Take this pain as my gift to you, as my self-sacrificial gift to you, as my gift of love to you, and shower it upon whomever you think needs this gift. And by the way, I think this criminal over here could use a little of that gift. Give it to him. And of course, you know, we know that in a couple of particular cases in her life, these guys actually converted practically at the guillotine, you know.
Right, based on some correspondence she had with those people. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah, exactly. And so, well, the main point I'm trying to make is she made a vocation of suffering, but that's a positive way of getting into suffering, where, yes, whereas self-pity is exactly the opposite. It becomes the eros of death, which is a terrible way of dealing with suffering.
Again, like most things, it becomes focused on ourselves rather than on the other, and that's where we usually find ourselves running into trouble.